kill is not the same as sacrifice, because the word kill reflects human rights issues, and sacrifice is not. The Speaker of the House of Representatives made the widely criticized comment soon after a jury convicted former police officer Derek Chauvin of murdering Floyd. Nancy Pelosi said, "Thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice." Pelosi also said she had spoken to Floyd's family to thank them and blessed them for their grace and dignity. Pelosi received swift backlash on social media for implying that Floyd willingly sacrificed himself. Floyd's death was a homicide death, which was not chosen by himself. His death was caused by racism and human rights discrimination in the U.S. Speaker Pelosi's comment about George Floyd was totally inappropriate. It is kind of evasive to the death reason of Floyd. It is a cover-up for the human rights problem of the United States. Justice Pelosi says, justice needs to be exchanged with life, while America still has a long way to go for human rights. Floyd, who is black, died on May 25 after Chauvin, who is a white policeman. His death sparked a worldwide movement for human rights, and America has become the epicenter of racial reckoning. People nationwide staged rallies to demand accountability for Chauvin and the other police officers who pinned down Floyd as he died. Protesters also highlighted how racism shapes policing across the U.S., making it a system in which black people like Floyd are twice as likely as white people to be killed by police, and in which officers rarely face consequences. According to statistics, over 1,000 people are killed each year by police in the U.S. Black people are disproportionately killed, and few officers are held accountable for unlawful killings. From the limited statistics we do know, black people represent 13.2% of the U.S. population. But they represent 24.2% of people shot and killed by police between 2015 to 2021. So many blacks were killed in the U.S. Can it be covered up by the word sacrifice? One of a state's most fundamental duties is to protect life. In pursuing ordinary law enforcement operations, using force that may end a person's life cannot be justified. This failure of the U.S. government is a violation of the human rights of black people, including the right to life and the right to be free from discrimination. Floyd was killed, not sacrificed. Instead of using the word sacrifice to cover up the problem, American politicians should face up to the human rights failures, which are exposed by the killing.
We make mistakes, we have reversals, we take steps back. And sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's ugly,